So based on the details that you want, you'll go to the Annotate tab and select the Tag by Category option. For example, here we've put the dip plus some slop here. Now you can customize this based on your own preference. For now, I'll put this here, but make sure to make this stuff just a bit more organized. And so I'll select this and go over to the Edit type. From the View tab, I'll open up the Visibility menu, and then I'll check this box so I can see the details. Alright, so right now I'll go over here and delete this and select this one, and then I'll copy this from here and I'll delete it. So now I'll select the size once again and go over to the Edit label, and I'll find the slope from the menu and add it over here, and I'll break it and I'll put in the SLPO in the prefix field. Check the box and OK. Now I'll open up the Edit Label menu once again and select the settings of the slope, and here I'll put the unit on percentage with no decimal places using percentage. Alright, now I'll select this and then open up the Edit Type menu, and using the duplicate button I'll create a type here. Let's see what we can name it. Let's go with pipe tag, then dash, size and slope, just so we can get all the details in. Alright, and then I'll hit OK. And after that, we can also assign it a color. Alright, let's go with this. Then I'll select the background and put it on transparent settings. And then I'll hit OK. Then I'll hit UN and change the unit to millimeters, rounding it up to 3 decimal places. Okay, now once again, let's go to the Edit type. For the border offset, I'll put in 1/10 and 2 for text size. Then apply and OK. Put the horizontal align settings on left, and then I'll save the file. Alright, it's fine here. And then load and close into project and overwrite. And this is what turns out like. And the text is in single lines. So let's change this. Open up the Edit type. Open up the Edit label settings and activate the break. Now I'll hit save and yes, and load it once again to see what it turns out like. And now it just has a much better design. So now we'll hit create similar for this, and we'll use it wherever it's necessary. For example, we can go over here, and the distancing is too much, so let's put it on 3 millimeters. Alright, change it to 5 millimeters this time, and place one over here. Then we go up here and put another one. So they usually use one of these dimensions for every line. Alright, so there we go, another one over here. And then let's go over here, up here, put another one on the horizontal line. And then let's see what we can do for this line over here. Alright, so let's leave it be. Let's go down here and put another one on this line, another one below it, and then one for the slope. So I'll select this and go to the Edit type. And on an interesting note, in the 2021 version of the Revit file, you can check this rotate with component option, which rotates the pipe according to the angle of the fitting, and it's an interesting detail. So I'll select it once again using create similar, and then we can put it wherever it's necessary. So go ahead and complete up this part. And for here we have an actual fitting, so that's why it doesn't show it. Let me cancel first and hit Ctrl S. Alright, I'll put the visibility of the plan on fine so we can assess something. Let's see, it's right here. We have the siphon structure over here, And now I'll put the plan on course settings. So you can see how far up it goes, and it's up to this point. This is based on the family settings. In order to prevent an issue like this, we can check the use annotation scale option, and after deactivating this, then it's based on the pipe settings itself. And now you can see how easily we can do this over here. And that's another interesting option that can help us. So where does the signs get measured? This is something that the mechanics who work with Reddit already know. So we'll go over to the pipe settings or mechanical settings. Over here, we'll open up the pipe settings that we have down here. The option that we have here, pipe fitting annotation size. I'll put it on 2 for now. Then OK. So when the annotation box is actually ticked, it'll change the size based on the scaling. When I uncheck the box, the size stays the same. So this one that I've removed the box for, it stays the same size. So it's actually processing all of the project. That's why it takes such a long time. So now I'll select this bit and uncheck the annotation box. And now it can be controlled by the size that we have over here. If the box is ticked, it will be assessed based on the settings that we put in the scalings. And there we go. So once again, I'll put the viewing on course settings. And then I'll go over here to the settings over here. And then open up the mechanical settings and go up here to the hidden line and put in 0 for all 3 settings of inside gap and outside and single line. There we go. So now let's open up the mechanical settings once again, but this time going to the pipe settings, I'll put the annotation size on 1. Okay, and then we'll have to wait for the process to be completed. Alright, so now you can see the sizes have reduced a bit and the plan is just a bit more neat. So for example, for the 3 bits that we have here, I'll select them and uncheck the annotation box. Now they'll be controlled by the size that we put in manually, and I think this is just a better look. And alright, so make sure to do the same for all of these parts over here. And then for here where we have the water pipes and the drain, let me go over to the drain section itself. Well, we have a light color in the AutoCAD file, so we'll do the same. And put the weight on 3 and OK. And if you look at the AutoCAD file, it's basically the same thing. Alright, so that's how we can progress through all these processes using the same methods. We need to place tags on all of these if you're going to do a careful job. You have to go through these with patience because a mechanical job is quite complex and all of the bits and elements need to be specified so that we can reach our results. Alright, there we go for this. So usually in the scalings over here, they assume the general possibilities. For example, for tagging, they don't take the fittings into account. You can control them simply for the aesthetics, just so you know that we have a fitting here in the plan. So we'll use the same system for